It was an eventful day yesterday on social media. Everything was melting and reacting, and everything was everywhere about Drew Brees when the quarterback said that he will never agree with anybody disrespecting the U.S. flag. Then this morning he came back and apologized, but really caught up in more than the Brees stuff that I was going at was the Dick Vitale tweets last night, where Dickie V tweeted last night at 7:20 that sources tell him that LSU has been notified by the NCAA of various allegations that they have been charged with involving the men's basketball program. All right, so let's do a little homework, right? I mean, so if Dick's putting it out there, I said, all right, let's make a couple of calls, see what's going on. Dick Vitale was, this is something that we've seen a couple of times, right? And then Ross Dellinger actually tracked down Robert Munson, who's the associate AD over at LSU, and Robert Munson said, look, this is false. We've got nothing as far as LSU goes. They have not been notified about any allegations with the basketball program. And then Dick kind of doubled down after Dellinger put out that, look, he had spoken to people around LSU and that that wasn't true. So Vitale went back to Twitter at 8:56 last night and said an update on the charges that LSU will face from the NCAA that will arrive soon. Delaying the notice is that a summary disposition involving the football program must be resolved. One thing that is certain is that LSU basketball will face allegations.
All right, where you at, Dick?
So I quote tweeted Dick. I went back with him last night as far as trying to request him to get on the radio as soon as possible. I went back and forth with his public relations, his PR guy, who is actually Howie Schwab. If you remember Stump the Schwab, the TV show back in the day on ESPN, Howie Schwab is actually Dick Vitale's PR guy.
A legend.
He and I were going back and forth about getting Dick on as soon as possible. They were talking about maybe it could happen this week. Then it was delayed until maybe a little bit closer to the fall. And I told Howie, just like I told, and I will tell Dick, are you a reporter? Are you a commentator? Do you commentate on college basketball or do you report on college basketball? Because as I told Howie, his PR guy last night, if he's going to put out a tweet like this as a reporter, well, then he needs to be accountable for that take and come explain what the allegations are. He's been so proud and so loud about the allegations that are coming to LSU. I mean, how many tweets have we seen about that a notice of allegations is en route to Baton Rouge?
Every time.
A couple of days, there's a notice of allegations that will be served to the LSU basketball program.
Why are you trying to tank Musa Cisse?
When, Dick? Where? On what? What's the allegation? What's the issue? Because if the allegation is Javonte Smart, which is why LSU was investigated, well, the NCAA did their investigation, and as we told Dick on the first interview when he was here over a year ago, Javonte was investigated. The NCAA came back, made their ruling, and said, you know what? We looked. We can't find anything.
I don't know.
He's good to go.
I don't know.
Okay, so what else could the allegation be? I'd like an explanation on that if we could just get one. And as I told, as you know, Dick was answering a lot of questions on Twitter last night, but wouldn't engage with me, who I just said, look, Dick, it's obvious that you're lying again about LSU basketball. And you have an open forum in South Louisiana to come explain these allegations, always on our radio show.
Yep.
We will treat you fair. He's been here a couple of times. Dick Vitale's been on this show 3 times.
It's one of the oddest relationships I've ever had in my professional career, because it seems like almost every time we have him on, it's very it's kind of like antagonistic type of reasons. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. It seems like we have good conversation.
And I thought the last time he was here, it was really good. You know, I mean, it was kind of...
It was a little lovey-dovey, but like all relationships, there are ups and downs. And it looks like now we're, it's just...
Well,
as you said, what
I don't know. I don't know who he's working for, really. I mean, and if I'm going to lob, and this is a tough spot to do it because we have a public forum, but if I was just a guess, and this is just a guess that I'm putting out there, it's either he's got a coach, somebody like Calipari, John Calipari, at Kentucky, who is battling LSU for Musa Cisse, and the timing is just a little weird in saying that that a notice of allegations has already come to LSU. Then you have to backtrack after being called out from the administration and people who cover the program that no, that's not true, that they have not been served any notice of allegations by the NCAA. They haven't been told that they will. Now, that could happen. It could happen potentially, but up to this point, it has not. And he's continued to come out and say that is going to happen, or it's happening, and that LSU should expect the allegation notice that, at this point, and it never plays out. So as I asked, are you a basketball commentator, Dick? Do you just commentate on the games, which you've made a ton of money, have a Hall of Fame career, and
I'll let you know,
and you've been all over the country calling basketball games, or are you a reporter where you are looking for stories to report on with facts and then get on the camera like Adam Schefter or Jay Glazer or somebody who is looking for a story, and then they give you their account where they use their source. I mean, he's talking about his sources are telling him, well, you don't have to come clean with your source, but what is your source telling you the allegations are? When will they be given to LSU? Why is LSU being alleged?
Or maybe not even like what the allegations are. Like what would be because really? we know what the allegations are, but what have they proven? Like what has changed that they have suddenly proven something that some sort of disciplinary action would be coming down? Extreme disciplinary action. Because look, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you get like a little like slap on the wrist type of thing for the NCAA to try to save some sort of face, I suppose. But yeah, Dick seems off base on this one. And like you said, at best off base, at worst, and more conspiratorially actively working with someone else's best interest at heart.
It's tough to figure out whether it's another coach in the conference. He is consistently and always taking up for Dale Brown, which the relationship with Dale Brown and the LSU basketball program seems like it is a little fractured at this point. I mean, you didn't see him around as much as you did last season.
Yeah, I hope they get that fixed.
Yeah, and they need to. But Vitale is very tight with Dale and that era and generation of college basketball. So
Dale, no, Teflon. Same way that he's no stranger to some of these allegations either.
Dale?
Yeah.
He left the program on probation.
I was trying to say it in a kind way.
And that's not a knock on Dale. Dale spent 25 years in Baton Rouge, and the majority of those 25 years, he was headbutting the NCAA.
Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of out front saying like the organization is a scam.
Hey, I side with Dale same way I side with Wade.
Absolutely, I side with Dale there, but by the letter of the law.
Yeah, it looks disingenuous on Dick to support one guy
because Vitale is so out front and claiming that Will Wade is this habitual cheater and he's this renegade within college basketball, and that Dale Brown is his guy. But in 1997, when John Brady took over the program, it was on probation, and they had limited scholarships because of the way that Brown handled the program later in his tenure. And I'm not taking a shot. That's just the facts. And if Vitale's going to come out and, like he's done with Rick Pitino in the national media, like he continues to do with other personalities, if he's going to do that in Baton Rouge with Dale Brown, that's just a tough hill to die on. I mean, if you're going to claim that this guy's a cheater, but you need to name the court after this guy, well, what? Hang on. Hey, hold up.
Looking for some consistency out of there, Dick. Also, look, man, you can't go up against the American gangster, Willie Wade, the Teflon Tiger. You just can't do it.
Musa Cisse, supposed to be announcing today.
Oh, y'all going to be big mad when he chooses LSU.
If he announces LSU, I would imagine that you could probably say that Dale Brown is, or that Dick Vitale is in the back pocket of some college
I thought we were
team.
still a couple weeks away from the Cisse commitment. So that does make all of this timing
it's this week.
Okay, yeah, that makes all this timing infinitely more sketchy.